investigators, and welcome to the 2020 Warcradle Studios Golden Spur Awards. That's right, as we look back over the 20 releases that we had this year, I think it's safe to say that 2020 was definitely not the year any of us were expecting, but nonetheless, Warcradle still managed to get out an impressive array of releases. We've had a full release of Mythos and all its factions. We've had releases for Wild West Sexters. We've had Bill and Ted. We've had Panama Rose. But which of those did you rate the highest? Well, we're going to find out tonight as we go through the 21 categories that you voted for and find out which ones you think were the best. Last year, Soul Hunters took home the big prize of Release of the Year. Who's it going to be this year? Only one way to find out. Stay tuned.
My most excellent friends, I'm Todd, your friendly neighborhood Texas Warhost, and it's my pleasure to bring to you Bill and Ted's Riff in Time most Bodacious models. So let's just jump right into it. Out of this great group of models, it was really hard to pick just 3. But coming in with the bronze, really cool looking model, definitely deserves to be in my top 5 at least, is Beethoven. Taking the silver and headlining the game, I may add, my most excellent friend, Ted Theodore Logan. And coming in at number 1, played by the late, great George Carlin, Rufus, the one that set it all in motion. So there you have it, Bill and Ted's most bodacious models for 2020. I'm your most excellent Warhost, Todd, here in San Antonio. Until next year, be excellent to each other.
Hey all you wonderful folks and lovers of the Dystopian Age. I'm Will Von Doome. I'm a Warhost. You've probably seen me posting a ton of GIFs in both the Dystopian Wars forum and the Dark Council, Wild West Exodus, Lost World Exodus forums. I have the pleasure of telling you about 2 awards for this year. I'm going to be doing it in a bronze, silver, gold style. So starting with the first category, we have the Dystopian Wars. What factions had our interest the most? So in bronze, we have the Imperium, the Army of Blood and Iron, the European Colossus of Tectonic Knights. Really excited to see some of these knights coming out, especially because I want to shoot them with my whales from my enlightened boats. But I also want to see them punch my enlightened boats to the bottom of the ocean. In second place, how could we not? We have the Enlightened. So these architects of the Dystopian Age are obviously my favorite faction. They got silver, that's okay. Everyone's still really excited for them. Really excited to see where the models are going to go, especially because we have older models that we can kind of take ideas and see where things might head up. But I really am excited to see what Warcradle does. Obviously, in first place, our gold, we have the Crown, the Dominion where the sun never sets. With all of their airships and everything else, I think people are genuinely really stoked to see where these are going in the future, and also what kind of models are we going to see from them. So hopefully we'll see those very soon, as Stuart has said, soon. So hopefully we'll get to check them out. But until then, we have bronze on the Imperium, silver with the Enlightened, and crown taking the gold.
So let's present an award, and this award is for which of the Lost World Exodus factions most has your interest. Now, appreciate Lost World Exodus, it's a little way off, probably not till the end of this year at the earliest, but I did want to know what's got your interest and what are you thinking about before that comes out, because we're all thinking about it. I certainly am anyway. So let's have a look. The Golden Spur Award goes to the Commonwealth. I like this, and that's interesting because so far we've had one model for the Commonwealth, Jadzia. She's a Commonwealth model, but we haven't seen any other diagrams that I'm aware of for the Commonwealth for Lost World Exodus. plenty of what we're going to see for Dystopian Wars, not so much for the Commonwealth. So, bit of an enigma, an interesting choice. The Silver Spur Awards goes to the Union. Well, I think we can safely say we all know what this is going to look like. If you've got the Union faction in Wild West Extras, you know what you're going to see. Blue uniform troops and a lot of powered armour. But also, we've seen drawings for, we know it's out there somewhere, Tesla in his non-powered suit, the Union bells, and we've also seen artwork for a new series of Soldier Bot, the UR series, the new Soldier Bots there. So we know lots of interesting things coming on there. But finally, the Golden Spur Awards for most anticipated Lost World Exodus faction it's a tie. It's between the Enlightened and the Imperium. Again, not seen much for the Enlightened, although of course we do know what to expect from them. Gribbly monsters, bionics, and horribleness. But for the Imperium, we've certainly had a lot of artwork. If you've seen the Teutonic Knights, they look awesome. So that's it. Golden Spur Awards for the Lost World Exodus faction of interest is a tie this year. Thank you very much. And on to the next award. Hello again, and it's time to present the award for Firestorm Armada's most anticipated faction. Again, Firestorm Armada way off in the future, but during 2020, Warcradle dropped a whole bunch of artwork and backstory for each of the factions, and they were incredible to read and look at. Definitely got a lot of people interested in talking about Firestorm Armada. So again, when it drops, what are you interested in? Well, let's find out. The Bronze Spur Award goes to the Bakash Reavers. Those guys look terrifying with their intensity on getting in close and grabbing hold of the ships with their claws and then assaulting. Absolutely phenomenal backstories to them, and the look of the ships were just wicked. Great stuff. Then Silver Award goes to the Dindrenzi Federation. Ultra militant humans, huge blocks of starship. Great. Loved it. Absolutely loved that one. But the Golden Spur Awards for the most anticipated faction for Firestorm Armada goes to the Terran Directorate. Guess we all love a bad guy with their modular ships, their, shall we say, interesting outlook on corporate life and how to live. Definitely one of the bad guys for the world, but fantastically well written and great looking ships again. So that's it for that award. See you in the next one. Thank you very much. Is for the best looking terrain sets. Now, Warcradle do produce quite a few different terrain sets now, and I think you can mix and match and they all work in all the different settings. For example, we have the Red Oak, we have the Nazombu, we have the Mythos Dunsmouth one, we have the Gloomsburg one, and we have the Rio Sonora. All of those can work in any of the settings. Gloomsburg could easily be East Coast USA, the old ruined villages, Salem, something like that. Red Oak obviously is for the West Coast, the Wild West, and so on, and they can be for any of the settings that they've got. They all look fantastic. But which one do you think is the best? Well, let's find out. In the Bronze Golden Spur Award, it goes to the Red Oak set. Now, the classic Wild West town. Absolutely love these pieces when I get to see them. Fantastically detailed, and now some of the newer ones, you can take the roof off, have a look inside and see what's something like the crematorium. Brilliant sets. The Silver Award goes to the Dunsmouth set for Mythos. Another brilliant set, fantastically detailed, lots of 1920s touches, but again, could easily just use that for Wild West Exodus. Love all the little touches, the tentacle scrollings, the octopus motifs everywhere. It's a fantastic, fantastic set. But the ultimate award for the terrain sets tonight, the Golden Spurs, goes to Rio Sonora. Yep, it's the new one. It's big. It's beautiful. It's in color. How can you not love this set? And it is fantastic value for money. And as I'm now saying this at the moment, you can now buy the individual buildings separately, so you don't have to pay all that for once. But my goodness, are they beautiful, beautiful buildings. I want them so badly, but I've got no room for them anywhere. Oh, well, poor me, eh? Thank you very much. On to the next one. Hello again, and it gives me great pleasure tonight to be introducing the award for Best Base Set. This year, Warcradle released 2 boxes of bases for the Wild West Exodus range, each containing 2 different designs in small and medium sizes, a total of 4 designs. We had the Desert Mesa, the Frontier Town, the Swamp, and the Industrial set. And so, let's find out who won. With 24% of the vote in the Bronze Spur position, we have the Desert Mesa. Just down in front of that, in the Silver Spur position, with 25.3% of the vote, we have the Swamp set. But the out-and-out winner with 34.7% of the vote was the Frontier Town. Thank you very much. On to the next award.
Howdy, buckaroos. This is Eric from the Blackhoof Saloon podcast, and I'm here today to present the Warcradle Studios 2020 Golden Spur Awards. And today, I'm doing the category for Best Backstory. And Best Backstory is, a good backstory brings the models to life and makes you want to put them on the table and play them, in their world, and maybe even create, new stories for those characters in that world. It's what gives those models their individual character. Now, today for Best Backstory, we have 3 categories. We have a bronze, we got the silver, and then we got the gold. Now, the bronze actually had a tie between one model, Mr. Ears, who, come on, he's a big ape. He's got some story just looking at him. And Mr. Ears is actually a specialist for the upcoming Lost World Exodus and can be used as a support model in Wild West Exodus in the Enlightened. And he can be seen running around with the Soul Hunters for the Enlightened. Now, I mentioned it's a tie, so the tie is with the Wrath of the Nautilus box set, which is also another Lost World Exodus release that can be used in Wild West Exodus. Now, the Nautilus is led by Rainey Nimue, who has a lot of backstory to herself. And she originally started the Nautilus crew off as they were a bunch of raiding, pirates. And through her story, she developed a sort of loose truce with the crown. So now she actually is a privateer for them at their means. And if you don't see her and her crew, who also have all their own stories, going down to Antarctica for Lost World Exodus, she can be a real pain in the butt up and down the Mississippi and other waters too. For the Union and the other outlaws in that area. Now, the silver for this category, we had a faction from Mythos, which Mythos is the narrative skirmish game set in like a Cthulhu-esque world. And this one is the Brotherhood of Belial, who their backstory is they were cursed by the Bat God with they had uncontrollable shape-shifting curse put on them, and they were turning into creatures very similar to the Bat God. Now, through time and trial and error, they started developing where they can control the transformations, and in turn, being police officers in their city, decided to use that curse for good, serving the city. So that's just a little bit of their story, and they have more. There's a lot of stories like that in Mythos. Finally, for the gold, we have Theodore Roosevelt, the Lost World Explorer. Now, Teddy here is Warcradle Studios' exclusive convention release for 2020. And with the way the world was, they decided to leave him available online for anybody to buy and purchase for whether it's he can go into Lost World Exodus under Union, or you can actually use him as a face in Wild West Exodus for the Union. What's neat about Teddy's story is, it's Teddy Roosevelt. We know him and his leadership abilities and the Rough Riders, and they kept a lot of that background story in the game with Teddy. And like one such thing is, through circumstances with a conflict, his Rough Riders, they lost their horses. Either they were maimed or killed, and they could not use them anymore. So he came up with the ingenious idea of using domesticated Tordons, which you're basically like your raptors. I'm sure you've seen this model. It was all over the pages and stuff, and he uses them for the Rough Rider cavalry. So that's just a little story of Teddy. I mean, he's a natural born leader, so there's a lot of other stories with different conflicts and how he rose up through the ranks quickly. Could you just the fact that he tamed these lizards to use in their cavalry. So those were the models from Warcradle Studios for the 2020 Golden Spur Awards for Best Backstory. So let's go ahead and keep the show going, and we'll go to the next category with Parker.
We have the award for Best Looking, and I'm very graciously accepting this award. That's very kind of the other everyone else to vote for me. What was that? Best Looking. It's the Golden Warhost Awards. Yes, I'm doing it now. It's the Best Looking. I'm the best. It's the Best Looking faction box for Mythos. Not I'm the best looking. I didn't win the award. I'm presenting the. Well, that's a little embarrassing. I'm grateful to be presenting this award for Best Looking Faction Box, not receiving a Best Looking award. But that's fine. That's great. So for Mythos, the Best Looking Faction Award. In reverse order, we have bronze, we have the Wildborn, which are the big goatee types, all witchy and woody and cool looking, the big snake, all that kind of stuff. Lovely, lovely. Silver, funnily enough, we actually have the Silver Venators, which is quite nice for them, because silver and also silver, very shiny, loving the big beasties, the Tinderloss Hounds or whatever they're called. They're very cool. But gold, we have the Hidden Ones, and I'll show you a little spin of my painted Hidden Ones as an example, so you can see. Obviously they're actually better looking than this, but I've painted them. So the Hidden Ones, you've got Click Clack, the big old crab monster, you've got the Angler, you've got the just lovely models, proper, Deep One styly, Cthulhu mythosy, lovely stuff, very gruesome. No wonder they won gold, because they are awesome. So on to the next award.
Hey everybody, this is Tom from the Blackhoof Saloon, here to present Warcradle Studios 2020 Golden Spur Award for Mythos, the most dangerous faction box. Coming in third with the bronze is the Custos Crypta. At silver, we've got the Wildborn. And at gold, drum roll please, the Hidden Ones. Gold, gold, gold for the Hidden Ones. They are your most dangerous faction box for Mythos. Have a good one, guys.
Howdy, howdy, buckaroos. This is Eric here from the Blackhoof Saloon, and I am here with my co-host. Which way? This way? I'm pointing at you.
Nope, wrong way. Wrong way. Yeah, there we go. This is Tom, and I'm also here with...
Hey, everybody. This is Brian from Texas. Howdy, y'all.
And we are here to present for the Warcradle Studios 2020 Golden Spur Award, category of Wild West Exodus, Best Looking Posse. Right, guys?
Yeah.
And since we technically couldn't be in the running,
Yeah.
we thought we'd host one of the nominees. So
What do we get? We get the tin?
we get the
We get
No,
the tin?
we're diamond.
The tin award?
Diamond. We are diamond.
Diamond? Okay.
Damn.
Diamond in the rough.
Diamond is diamond.
Oh yeah, you guys know I was sporting the shirt too.
Yeah. Oh.
So in our categories in bronze, what do we have, Tom?
In bronze, we have that pile of zombie goodness and the big man himself, Kyle the Black, and for whatever reason, Virgil Earp. We've got the Meat Grinder Posse.
All right. And then technically, we don't have a silver. And why is that, Brian?
Well, we have a tie for gold. So
Okay.
when you have a tie for gold, the silver moves up to gold, and
And they share it.
that's right. So we're going to announce the two posses that tied for gold of the best looking posse. We usually start a drum roll, so everybody drum roll.
Okay, drum roll. All right, so for the first posse we have is Court of the Nazambu. Did I say that right, Tom? Nazambu?
Wow, it's close enough, I guess.
Okay.
What am I, the pronunciation police?
Yeah. We've established
Technically,
that.
is your role here.
Yeah. And who is Marie Laveau's posse sharing the gold with, Brian?
She's sharing it with Lilith Hart's Dead or Alive. Yeah.
Get it, lawman.
Actually, she can run with the lawman too. So
That's true. That's true. Well, all right. That was your winners for the bronze, silver, and gold guys for the category of best looking posse for Wild West Exodus for 2020 Golden Spur.
she is actually the best, but we only did the last year's stuff. So
Wow.
He's got to work it in there, don't he?
He's got to do it.
On to the next award, guys.
I'm I'm a Warhost. You've probably seen me posting a ton of GIFs in both the Dystopian Wars forum and the Dark Council Wild West Exodus, Lost World Exodus forum. The second category that we have that I get to tell you about is the most dangerous posse of 2020. So this one, we actually don't have a bronze. We have a tie for first. So I'm just going to tell you silver. So silver is going to be the Meat Grinder with Kyle the Black and all of his meat shields. I love Kyle the Black. I love how you can equip him with a axe, a taco, or a chicken wing. So he's a great model, great box, incredible value, and he also comes with a model that a lot of people trade for, Also, just a piece of advice, if you do buy this box and you don't want the hands, let me know, because they're going to be probably an option in Lost World Exodus. So if you're an Enlightened player and plan on playing Lost World Exodus, you definitely want to scoop these guys up. So time for first, we have the Court of Nzumbu, which has my lovely, lovely girlfriend, Marie Laveau, the Queen of All Snakes. There are some amazing models in this box. They are terrifying on the field, including Opie, who you can buy in addition to the box, but also Cemetery Criminal, who is also amazing. In addition to this, the models themselves are absolutely gorgeous, especially when you use some of the scenic bases that are now available from the Warcradle Scenics line. So that's one half of our goal. The other half is the lovely Lilith Hart and her Dead or Alive box. This lady is zooming across the field on her jetpacks and is incredibly dangerous. Although she does occasionally get cut down by various creations from my Enlightened Force, she is definitely a model to mess with. Definitely check those out. But yeah, once again, I'm Will Von Doom. It was my pleasure to go ahead and tell you about these categories. I really look forward to all the things that are coming out from Warcradle and for this contest next year. But until then, have fun playing some Bang Bang Howdy.
How's it going, everyone? Mike the Warhost here for the 2020 Golden Spur Awards. This award is for the best looking support pack, a less extravagant category than most due to the small number of support packs released last year, but important nonetheless. Remember, this is based solely on appearance, not on the unit's actual functionality on the tabletop. Getting the silver award this year is the Raider/Hex Sharpshooter pack. Splitting the unit between two different factions helps when list building, but not so much in the looks department, I'm afraid. And this means the gold award is going to the deputized support team for the Lawmen. Frankly, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone with even a smattering of classic cinema exposure, as the deputized support pack is practically oozing with masculinity. I'll be back later on in this show for an additional award, so stay tuned.
And welcome to another award which I am very proud to be announcing and not receiving, but that's fine because it is best looking small base faction member for Mythos. So all of the Mythos models, everything that's on a small base, so human sized people rather than big monsters or anything like that. And in bronze we have Zeus the cat from the Priory box set. In silver we have Zachary Lazarus, who is also from the Priory box set. Zachary Lazarus. And then for gold we have the Fisherman King, because he's a king, so of course he's gold. We'll throw up a little spin of him all on his lonesome, looking super cool with his octopus on his back. Or is the octopus him, or is he the octopus? That is the question. So well done to the Fisherman King. Congratulations everyone for voting and stuff, and massive props to the whole of the Warcradle Studios games community people, especially Sam. Thank you for organising this. You're a legend. I know we've been a pain in the arse to round up, so well done for you. And enjoy the rest of the awards. Keep on keeping on, partners.
Howdy everybody, this is Jedi Powell, and I am here to announce the awards for the Warcradle Studios Golden Warhost Award for Most Dangerous Mythos Small Base Model. The bronze is the Fisherman King from the Hidden Ones. Silver is Barty Smith, or Smythe, from the Priory. And drum roll, the gold award for the most dangerous Mythos small base model is Dunsmouth Witch, also from the Hidden Ones. So congratulations to the Witch. And I do believe we may have given her that award so she does not hex us.
Hey guys, it's Eric back again with another category for the 2020 Warcradle Studios Golden Spur Awards. And this award is going out to the best looking Mythos large base model. Now, starting off with the bronze, we have the Crypt Guardian from the Custo Crypta faction. Very spooky looking model. Do some cool stuff with the paints on that one. Taking the silver, we have Dorothy Good and Blood from the Wildborn faction. Now, I don't know how good Dorothy is. She looks pretty nasty, especially with that big critter wrapped around her. And the big winner in this category, taking home the gold, is none other than Click Clack from the Hidden Ones faction. This was one of the early big nasties we saw when Mythos was being released early in the year. Congratulations to Click Clack on taking the win this year. There are your winners for the Mythos best looking big base model. And let's go to the next category.
Hello everyone, my name is Jeremiah and I'm one of the hosts of Spellstore Miniatures and I'm a brand new Warhost. So I'm excited to bring to you this year the category that I get to offer up is the most dangerous Mythos large base. And so we have three to share with you. First, we have our bronze winner, and our bronze winner is, ta-da, Dorothy Good and Blood. And so those are some pretty awesome looking models, I think. And so they win bronze. But the next two, I'm very excited to share with you first. So first up, we have at the silver place, we have, here it is, Cernos. And this model, he's a beefy boy. Look at him. Yeah, he looks good. I don't have him. Actually, I don't have any of these larger bases. So I'm going to have to do some shopping. But this one I definitely want to play because he looks good. And then we have one more for gold. Coming at you. The winner of gold. I bet a lot of you who are familiar with the game already know who it's going to be. Got a lot of gets a lot of love online with painting tutorials, and so I probably have seen this model more than any other Mythos model out there. And the winner of gold for the most dangerous Mythos larger base, Click Clack. All right, there's our winner. There you go. And I bet you guys already knew that. Hey, thanks for joining me, and I'm excited to see about all of the other winners in all of the other categories.
Howdy, Dutch winners. I'm Todd, your friendly neighborhood Texas Warhost, and I get to bring to you the best-looking Posse member for Warcradle Studios today. Without further ado, here they are.
Taking the bronze this year, a resculpt of one of my favorite models, portrayed by the great Sam Elliott in Tombstone, none other than Virgil Earp. Walking away with the silver, Dystopian Wars' most notorious pirate, her first appearance was her legendary model. We give you Captain René Nimue, leader of the Nautilus crew. Plundering the gold for 2020's best-looking Posse member, another dystopian pirate, and the muscle from Captain Nimue's crew, the big, the bold, and the beautiful Sarda Hardy Singh.
All right, yeah, it was a pleasure bringing those to you. I hope you have a safe and happy 2021. Giddy up.
How's it going, everyone? Mike the Warhost here for the 2020 Golden Spur Awards. Again, this award is for the most dangerous posse member. Putting aside sheer appearance, this category is reserved for the one posse member that you absolutely want to remove from the tabletop as quickly as possible before they start stomping mud holes into your units. And it'll take a lot of firepower to bring them down, so be ready. Winning the Bronze Award this year is Kyle the Black, a veritable wrecking ball that can not only soak damage with a combination of durable and hardy, but meat shields ensures you'll be dumping shot after shot after shot into him before anything actually has a chance of hitting. Fortunately, he's rather slow with a measly quickness of 4, so it should be easy to dodge, unless you went to the Prometheus school of running away from things, of course. Moving along, the silver slot is a 3-way tie between Virgil Earp, Marie Laveau, and Jacques Santiago. Virgil is one of the better snipers in the game thanks to his Hyper-V rifle, gun down, and headhunter rules. He can easily be set up on top of a building or rock formation and left to his own devices for quite some time. Marie Laveau is a multi-faction boss that can be part of either a Hex, Outlaw, or Confederate force thanks to her Louisiana pedigree. Kinda. She provides a great deal of support thanks to Sawbones and Dark Council. She can bring along some extra spirits thanks to Spectral Summoning, can resurrect certain units with Curse of the Nzambu, and can really mess with a High Fortune boss thanks to Enervate. Shrouded makes staying at range more difficult, and the additional Hexalith certainly helps when bringing her entire posse along. More Shrouded is always a good thing. And this means the Gold Award is going to, I'm going to butcher this, Sardar Hardit Singh is a sentient slab of meat that protects Rani Nimue while on the field. Even in death means you'll have to take him down first before she will take any damage. Indomitable makes keeping negative conditions on that man that much harder. Bull Rush increases his threat radius, and a whopping grit of 7 makes him incredibly difficult to bring down. Well, that's going to do it for me today. Stay tuned for plenty more awards and possibly a sneak peek at some upcoming releases from Warcradle Studios. Maybe. Please.
Howdy folks, I'm Ian, the Warhost for Southeast Michigan, and I'm here to present the Golden Spur Awards for the best looking legendary models in Wild West Exodus. Taking home the Bronze Spur is Jadzia Kuszkuszko. I apologize, my Polish isn't the best. And also, you gotta watch out for when this particular winged hussar arrives. She's a member of the Russian Commonwealth, but she has no problem throwing in with the outlaws, so if you decide to run outlaws or you face them a lot, you might see her on the table. Her model's really cool. She's mounted on a tread bike with her lance up in the air. She's kind of looking off to one side, ready to pick out a target to go after, as it were. So definitely a cool model to add to your collection if you play outlaws or you just like mechanical bikes or you like winged hussars. Moving on to the Silver Spur is Mr. Ears. Now this great ape is an impressive model. He is mounted on a large base, so he's definitely fits the title of Great Ape, as it were. And his model's pretty cool because it's all filled with a bunch of little details that kind of add some character to him, from his left hand that's all mechanical to his taser goad that he's got to all the little smaller pieces, including his goggles that he's got. So if you are an Enlightened player or you like apes, definitely worth adding to your collection, and hopefully to see some excursions into the Lost World. And finally, taking the Golden Spur home for best looking legendary model is Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy's mounted on his trusty Troodon that he acquired on his excursions in the Antarctic, as it were. And he's the Troodon is perched, ready to, like, kind of in a running pose. And Teddy's leaning forward in the saddle, pointing out targets for either himself or his compatriots to run down. Definitely a cool model. I actually have him on the hobby table over there somewhere. and I look forward to adding him to my own personal posse, as should you guys. Once again, I've been Ian. Those are your best legendary models for this year's Golden Spur Awards. Thanks for watching, and remember to roll those crits.
This is Brian Jedi Powell, and I'm here for the Warcradle Studios Golden Warhost Awards. And this award we're going to do here is Most Dangerous Legendary Model. So, coming in at bronze, we have Jadzia
Kosciuszko.
And silver, we have Mr. Ears. And the gold, drum roll, we have Cloud Runner from the Warrior Nation. Yep, there she is, on my desk. All right, see you next time.
Hello, greetings from Warcradle Studios. My name's Chris and I'm here to announce the 2020 Product of the Year. So, starting with the Bronze Award, we have one of my personal favourite miniatures from last year, which is Teddy Roosevelt. A little sneak peek there from the Lost World that came out almost a year ago now. We have two winners for the Silver Award. The Dunsmouth scenery, which is an MDF product and one of my favourite MDF products so far, and the Wrath of the Nautilus, an excellent set of miniatures for Wild West Exodus, and also another little sneak into the world of the Lost World Exodus. And in gold place we have Rio Sonora, which is our MDF scenery set for Wild West Exodus, a well-deserved gold place. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for your support over the year. It's been a difficult one, but we've managed to scrape through it, and I'm really looking forward to what we've got planned for 2021, and I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Well, that's it, and all that remains is me to say thank you to everyone that's been involved. I'd like to start with the Golden Warhosts who have presented these awards to you. Special thanks to those, because I know it's not been easy, but everything that's going on in the world right now really pulled out all the stops you have now to get these videos out, and I am so grateful to you. Thank you so much, guys. Second set of thank yous goes out to everybody at Warcradle Studios for producing these fantastic games, and I am so looking forward to see what you're going to put out this year, because we know Dystopian Wars is out and we've seen that already. I'm also really hoping that Lost World Exodus makes it out for the end of this year, and who else knows what's going to come for Wild West Exodus. Thank you so much for producing these games and all the support you've given me making this, especially from Brandon and Sam, who supported me and help me out with this by giving me the list of what you produced last year, because God knows I can never remember that. And finally, my final thank you goes to you guys out there for voting on this and paying attention to me while I'm wibbling on and all the rest of it. Thank you, guys. Hope to see you next year for the 2021 Golden Spur Awards. Until next time, I've been Sam Berridge, you've been the audience. Happy trails, pilgrims.